welcome back to the channel. I'm MoedotJ and we are locked in. This is episode 6 of Bel-Air, and we keep wondering how can they get better the next week, and what is Carlton going to do to piss Will off? We also know Hilary had an event. She's moving up and out the house, and Aunt Viv has the opportunity of a lifetime with the flirting guy, Mr. Reed. She could put some paintings in this art show. But before we jump into this episode, shout out to the notification gang. If you're new to the channel, you want to be a part of it, hit the subscribe button, turn on your notification bell so you get something every time I upload. Hit that like button, it's the easiest thing you can do. Now we're moving forward. If you've seen the breakdown of this trailer for this week, we see that Mr. Reed might be coming over and meeting Phillip Banks. How is that going to play out? I don't know. Let's jump into it. This is episode 6 of Bel-Air. We start the episode off with Will in the room dribbling his basketball. You got to remember, he's a little bit upset because Carlton came in there and told him, I know what you did, Will. I know about the gun. I know about the fight. So he's on his phone. We don't know what this text is or what he's actually looking at, but you can tell he's disturbed. We all know Carlton was trying to get back in with Lisa, so he decided to help her organize an event at their house to set up a fundraiser to raise money because her mom passed from cancer. Now, it was a Mardi Gras theme. We hear Aunt Viv say the catering company, they canceled last minute because they were triple booked. Well, this happens when you book a catering company the week before. You should probably do this a month before, just so if situations like this do happen, they can come to you guys. Now, Ashley comes, she says, have you seen Will? He's getting roasted on social media. Now, they have a picture of him and Trey, and guess what it says? Will is getting roasted because Ice Trey, remember I told you the original Trey was Ice Trey? Well, that's his name on Instagram. I was wondering how they were going to tie that in. But he has up a picture of him and Will saying snake. Was he a snake when he invited you out there? Was he a snake when he said you can come out here every holiday? Was he a snake when you got VIP to meet D-Smoke? Was he a snake then, or was he only a snake after you decided he didn't want to do what you wanted to do? But let's look at these comments. I'm talking about they going in. Social media would be the death of a young spirit. First person, Lisa Leggy, on point, never liked that dude. Busy B, bye. Bang the monster. He always has stanky breath, no cap. Booty queen. Cali can keep him, Philly don't want him. And Dia Photo, traitor. He's for the streets, Bel-Air and bougie, on point, never liked that dude. Bye. Like, damn, they going in. But you know, these young people, these millennials, they get on social media and they have very low self-esteem. Who cares what they talking about in Philly? You live in Cali. You got a highlight tape. Trey back at home crying because his best friend wouldn't come back. Don't get upset, Will. You doing big things. Will's in the room. All you have to do is turn the phone off. You don't have to look at the comments. Just block Trey and go on about your life. Now, Aunt Viv is saying, Will, it's okay. We need you to help us set up. You know, let's get your mind off of it. He storms out the room. Uncle Phil is talking about, Will, let's talk. I don't have nothing to talk about. And he runs down the stairs. This really isn't this serious. People, I tell you, social media is not real life. Whatever they say on there, I have bad comments. Oh, you talk too much. Who cares? Who cares? This is my life. If you don't like it, then don't indulge in it. For Will to be the king of West Philly, he's acting like a kid from West Philly with a temper tantrum, acting like he ain't never had nothing. He goes downstairs and in the foyer, feels like, Will, let's talk. He said, what? He bounces a ball and breaks a vase. Now Phil is saying, Will, office. Aunt Viv is like, not today. Come on, Will. You can't be this upset. Ice Tray is back in Philly. You in Bel-Air, bro. First off, this is one reason why they say don't dribble the ball in the house, because you might break stuff. But Uncle Phil is talking to Will and telling him you're going to go through things. It's tough because he's even relating his life to what's going on with Will. He said that you're here, so you got to take into account what's happening to everybody else in the house. Now, Uncle Phil is getting slandered, and I like the jab they took at Fox News. He's saying, even I'm getting slandered online. That's what people are going to do. There's always going to be people that don't agree with the things you do in life, but you got to push through it. And you decided to stay here to be a part of this family, so let's make the best of that situation. At least Uncle Phil got through with Will, saying this fundraiser, we're going to need your help. You're part of the family. That's all we want is participation. We know life is going to be hard. Nothing is given to you. Everything is earned. The thing is, when you face adversity, is how you respond to it and get through it. Now, they got them a little handshake, so Will, he's all aboard. We're going to help for this fundraiser. Hilary moved into the influencer house and she's over here setting up things because she's cooking. We got to get this thing together. She got all the cameras set up. She got the ring light set up. And all of a sudden, boom, These black ass brothers, they done threw something because they do pranks. There's no way you're going to be able to work in this house. And they talking about, Hilary, if you just tag us, we good, man. That was some perfect footage. Now she's going to get a little frustrated living in this house with these two running around. After I seen them run around naked at my house party that I did for you guys. Oh no, I'm not moving in here with these two. Now they telling Hilary, hey, the boss, he don't play about deadlines. She talking about, I can get my work done if y'all quit playing. Well, you got to understand, everyone has a deadline. They got to come up with pranks. You got to start cooking food. Man, I don't know how it is going to be living in this house, but they like, on God, he got deadlines. And then they run off with some food. We haven't seen our man G in a little bit, but he's at the house and he's telling Viv, we might need a little bit of help with this. Now, we know that she's called Hilary and asked her could she come over and help. Hilary's talking about, ooh, mom, don't even worry about it. I got this. Now, Aunt Viv is saying, we got a short amount of time. But if you give Hilary a kitchen with no distractions like those black ass brothers, yeah, we gonna get this thing done. Now, this family, the Banks, it doesn't look like time management is something that they invested a lot of time into. Now, this fundraiser starts in a couple hours. They haven't set up anything. Aunt Viv is trying to say, Will, I need you to go with Geoffrey, go set up outside. Phillip said, no. Geoffrey needs to go maintain and do some things with my campaign because the campaign is more important than this Lupus fundraiser. Why? Because the campaign is what keeps the lights on here. This Lupus, this is a fundraiser for cancer. Yeah, I know it's a good cause, but we got to think Banks family first. So whatever Phil is telling Geoffrey is very important. Uncle Phil is telling the family, be on your best behavior. This is in commemoration of Aunt Gail. Now that's Lisa's mother. Now there's a lady named Angela. This is who Gail's husband married after she passed. Now I don't know why Aunt Viv is mad. I don't know how long she expected this man to grieve, but he moved on and got married to someone else. So she's like, I don't have a problem with Angela. No. Like, come on now. That's none of your business. This man isn't going to, he could grieve, but he still also wants to move on. That doesn't have anything to do with you, Viv. Get your nose out of their business. But you know, Aunt Viv ain't going to let Phil slide. Hey, you better not be getting to Fred either. You and Fred, y'all talking that politics and crap. He's like, man, politics, we know we'll keep that on the outside. Today is about Gail. You know, all right, Uncle Phil, we going to see. Lisa shows up. She's, hi guys. They like, oh, hey, Lisa. Carlton, you ready for our final rehearsal? Now, Carlton has little notes already written out. This is what you'll say. This is what I say. Now, she sees Will. She kind of does a little, hey, Will. He does the, what's up? Now, it's kind of awkward between them. I don't understand why, but you know how it is. This is that puppy love. This is what teenagers do. It's just awkward. They don't know how to be in the room with somebody that they may not agree with or that they used to have a crush on. I don't know. We're going to get through it, though. We're on our best behavior today. Kylo calls and he's letting Hilary know, hey, you're coming up close. You got 24 hours. You're supposed to post daily. Now, I told you guys on the live stream, this guy Kylo looks like he's about 35, 40 years old. And y'all said, oh no, it's just that angle. This man looks old. And Hill's like, I'm a post. Yeah, you got to get on it. There's deadlines. Them black ass brothers, they told you about this. Now, if you listen closely to everything that Kylo is talking about, he's saying you got 24 hours to post. That doesn't mean Family Matters can stop you from doing it. Oh, Family Matters, they should remake that. No, they shouldn't. Unless they do it something like this. I don't know how they can replace Steve Urkel. That's just not going to happen. But then he's also saying cooking tutorials, that's repetitive. The only person on the internet that can do that is Sweetie. Make repetitive stuff, twerking. We don't want to see that every single day. Lisa and Carlton, they're going over the words, but for her mind is on something else. She's reading the words, but she doesn't really feel it. Now she's telling Carlton that it feels like Angela, since they're having a new baby, they're going to move into a new house. It's like she's erasing her mother. Well, I don't really think it's that. It's just your dad and Angela have a new relationship, and what they do, that's what they do. Like you're a kid in this. Two adults are going to do what two adults do. But she's not erasing your mom. No one can erase your mom. As long as you have the memory of her, that's all that matters. Will sees Carlton holding Lisa's hand. This is a time of need. We already seen she's not interested in Carlton. He gets in his feelings also. I'm like, oh my goodness. Will, go with Geoffrey. You don't need to be at the house. Hilary and Ashley, they in the kitchen. I'm talking about whipping it. Hill got on the Gucci apron. You know we got to do this in style. This is Hilary, y'all. With nothing less than the best. But she's saying when Aunt Gail passed, it was like losing another sister because her and Vi, Will's mom, aren't really talking. Now she's giving the tea to Ashley, who is just a teenager that doesn't need to know adult business. Uncle Phil over there like, girls, drop this. Hey, they're more adults, and you're talking to Ashley about this. She don't need to know none of this. Ashley doesn't even know what she wants to do in life. She's just a girl, just a kid. When I tell you everybody in this house runs their mouth, everybody runs their mouth. Oh, Dad, what's wrong? Uncle Phil comes over. Look, Tom's is pulling their endorsement of me. Don't tell your mom about it. I got Geoffrey handling it. They don't need to know any of this. This is your campaign. You're telling Hilary, who lives in an influencer house, who posts everything on social media, and Ashley, who's like 12, 13 years old, and they're telling them not to tell Viv? Come on, Phil, keep this between you and Geoffrey. This is politics. This isn't family ticks. This is politics. Come on. Shh. The key word today is hush. Don't talk to anybody. Will's over here setting up the tables. Lisa comes over and says, I'll be back. I just wanted to see you before I left. Will said, okay, cool. Now, Will's saying, I just want to give you space because I know today is tough on you and your mom. And I seen you and Carlton over there booed up. Like, why would you mention that? You just tell her, okay, goodbye. It was good seeing you. I don't know where this extra drama and the need to make a conflict out of everything comes from with these teenagers, but geez Louise. Lisa's saying, can we get through one day without you doing this petty BS? And I'm thinking the same thing. Lisa just came over to be cool. She told Carlton she's not interested in him. She's kissed on you. Will, the best thing for you to do, you're a new guy in Bel-Air, you're the star of the basketball team, just move forward and stay cordial with Lisa. Now, y'all know our boy Will can throw down on that piano. Aunt Viv's over there bobbing. All right, it's starting off good. It's starting off good. Let's just hope that Angela, hope she don't show up and start a ruckus. Aunt Viv's friends show up. They like, relax, Viv. Everything is going nice. Now, you know the friend that was helping out with the painting and setting up the room? She looking for Geoffrey. She's like, Geoffrey's not here right now. But guess who she brought? She brought our boy. They brought the smoothest brother on Bel-Air, our man Reed. Now he shows up, and you know, he's casual, looking around, very exquisite. I'm loving the ambiance in here. I see what the issue is here. Now, Fred, you got to remember, he's the chief of police. His wife was Gail. She passed and he got married, and it's a white woman. So I can see why Aunt Viv was a little bit upset about that. But Fred said, I got to move on with my life. Ashley, she's actually told Hilary about, that she's actually interested in girls, but she hasn't ruled out boys. Now her friend Lucia comes over and she's like, hey, Hill, here go my friends. And Hilary's looking like, oh, okay. Oh, never mind. I know what you're talking about. Oh, hey, how's it going? Now these kids are very proper. They like, Will, man, he's amazing on that piano. Is there anything he isn't good at? And Ashley's saying, well, we have a pool if you'd like to check it out. Lucia said, wow, your house is very beautiful. At that age, you're like, man, Will can play the piano. Y'all got a swimming pool? Oh, my bad. You know what I'm saying? Because we from LA. We ain't from Bel-Air. We ain't seen a house with a pool this big. Ashley's a little nervous. She's never done this before. Hilary says, she's cute. She says, I know, but what do I do next? Hilary talking about, tell her how you feel because you're a queen. You don't just go up to somebody, hey, I like you. That's not going to work, Ashley. Take your time. Ease your way into this. Now, I'm not advocating for kids to do this at a young age. Wait till you're at least 16 before you start dating. But hey, we're sticking to the storyline. They asking Lisa and Carlton, hey, do you think we're going to shatter the fundraiser we had last year? I would have said, I personally don't even know what we had bidding on. Heard there was a yacht thing, but I don't know how much money people got. Now, Angela, she's over here also. And guess what? The baby's kicking. Lisa hears this though, and she is upset about it. She don't want to hear nothing this lady Angela got to say. You're trying to steal my daddy and erase my mama out the picture. So she's like, excuse me. Angela, she's asking Aunt Viv, how can I get in there with Lisa? Because she's not really giving me any feedback. And I want to be there and show everyone that I'm not the evil stepmom that just stepped in. Aunt Viv is saying, let today just be about her mom. That's how you can do it. That's the start. Just be supportive. Now, Aunt Viv, she had a relationship and they consider Gail Aunt Viv's sister. So she really doesn't like Angela, especially because she has a kid on the way after under a year. I guess that's like, hey, you know what I'm saying? They've been getting it in. Fred's a grown man. What do you want him to grieve for 50 years? Hill comes over. He's talking to Angela. She's like, oh, yeah, Palm Springs, golf tournaments. Oh, I never been to. Fred took me. Fred said I was his good luck charm. Now you look at Aunt Viv back there. She big hating now. Like, ooh, I don't like this girl. Hey, Aunt Viv, just chill, you know? We see that Angela's full of herself. She snagged the chief of police. She's supposed to be happy. Well, Fred won that tournament in 2018. Gail died in 2019. That means Fred been getting it in for a couple of years. So Angela was a side thing at first, and then once Gail passed, she moved up to that number one spot. And look at Will's face. He like, uh-oh, the math ain't mathing. What did I tell you in the kitchen? Today's word is hush. Don't talk to anybody about anything. Aunt Viv's friends come over and they're like, oh, hey, Hill, we heard you moved out. You know, the pool house is still open in case you want to come back. Hilary talking about, I'd rather be homeless than come back. Well, guess what? Kylo telling her, you're only a few hours away from digital disaster. TikTok, Hilary, because you might be homeless. This is what you asked for. Smooth brother Reed. He finds his way back to the African art exhibit where Aunt Viv is painting, the art room that she moved everything out of. And he's saying, oh, of course he got another glass of wine. That's what he does. I got lost. Well, actually, your friend told me you were working on a piece and it looks like it's ready. Aunt Viv is saying, no, it's not. And you need to get out of here. The party isn't back yet. But this brother Reed is so smooth with his words. He hasn't took a step towards the door. He's only taken a step towards Vivian Smith. My bad, Vivian Banks. Now he's talking about, let's test this painting out. If it goes for $15,000 in the auction, the silent auction tonight, then we'll put it up in my art exhibit. And if it doesn't, I'll leave you alone. Now look at Phillip. He like, whoa, wait a minute. The party's out back. What are we doing in this spare bedroom? Well, this spare garage, because that's how big it is. It's like a 2-car garage. He's like, and who is this light-skinned brother in here creeping up on Vivian? Phillip comes in here. Viv, who is your friend? This is, this is Reed. He owns an art gallery. Oh, this is my husband, Phillip. Now, Reed, he's smooth. He doesn't fold under pressure. I'm talking about not a bead of sweat on his forehead. He said, I think Viv is ready to get back into painting. You know, I want to put some of her work in my gallery. Reed talking about, it's great, isn't it? Magnificent. Phil's looking at it like, it's all right. But yeah, it's great. And then, you know, she got to go in for that kiss. You know what I'm saying? Make it look good. Make it look good. Phil got to check him a little bit because, hey, bro, you're a little too comfortable in here. Reed trying to pick up the painting. I got it. We'll get someone to do it. You're a guest. Get out of the room. Now, this is the Uncle Phil I've been asking for. We need him to be stern with everybody. You remember Lisa walked off because she doesn't want to be around Angela. She makes everything about herself. And Will is saying you got to hold on to those memories. And that's what I said earlier in the recap, that no one can erase somebody from your life. The memories are what you have to hold on. Now, she asked Will, is that because, you know, you're thinking about your dad? But Will doesn't really remember none of that because he left when Will was 4 years old. Here we go. Carlton upstairs and he's watching. He can kind of hear, you know, he got those ears. He's listening. Will's talking to Lisa. They're talking about me and her navigating through her problems and not using Carlton as a medium, you know, to get through her stuff and navigate around his problems. Oh yeah, it's time to go get high. You know that's what Carlton's thinking. Ashley and the gang, they're in there playing pinball and she just beat the little boy's record. She's talking about, yeah, man, in your face. Lucia touches her shoulder. You know, she know, ooh. Hey, can you go give me a drink because it's exhausting beating you. And then Lucia's like, yeah, me too. I would have said, first of all, no, don't y'all got a house manager? I'm not going to get both of y'all nan nothing. I'm a guest. Lucia's like, I think someone likes you. Ashley said, oh, he's a dork. And we know that she's into Lucia. Now, Lucia's saying it's something new. It started at the rink. I actually like somebody. So Ashley thinking it's her. She talk about, ooh, your cousin Will. Like, so much to taking that advice from Hilary. Reed told Viv, if that painting goes for $15,000, you got to put it in my art gallery. Now he's over there and he's probably going to buy it for $15,000. Uncle Phil's over here watching. Now I got $15,000, but I'm not about to spend it on no Viv painting. Uncle Phil goes over there and he looks anonymous. $15,000. Yeah, he just outbidded me, man. I got a campaign to worry about. I'm not about to outbid this guy. No sirree, bye. We about to take that $15,000. Give it to the Lupus Foundation. He one-ups Reed and puts $20,000 on it. You better go talk to your wife. You spending $20,000 to keep her? No, you need to go talk to Aunt Viv and tell her, hey, well, whatever he got going on, that painting, nah, we ain't doing it. We ain't putting it up for sale. Whoever he is, cut it off. You don't go spend $5,000 more to prove your love. You remember on Five Heartbeats, he said, every night I got to fight for my love. That's what you got to do. You don't go spend money. Geoffrey shows back up and he's telling something to Uncle Phil and it seems serious. Look at Uncle Phil's face. Now Lisa's looking for Carlton because it's time for them to go on. Who's seen Carlton? Hilary comes over to talk to Ashley because she has to dip out. She got to do stuff for the house or she's getting kicked out. Now Ashley, she's down and out and she tells her that Lucia actually likes Will. And you hear Hilary say, you want me to go whoop on her? No, you need to tell her that Will's too old for her anyway, so that's not going to happen. But this is what goes on in life. You're not always going to get the person you're interested in. I told you, when Carlton was on the balcony listening to Lisa and Will talk, he said, you know, the only way I can get through this is to go get high. Now, Will's outside knocking on the door, and Carlton's in here sweating and hitting lines. Carlton in here sweating up a storm, going off on Will. I heard you down there. You said you was going to stay away from her. And Will's like, she needs you right now. He said, no, she got you. I heard her. Tiptoeing around my emotions. If your emotions are like this, Carlton, I see why she's tiptoeing around her. Because no one can trust you when you're in this state. And Will's like, bro, I'm trying to help out, man. She needs you down there. But this is an opportunity for Will to step up and go down there and be there for Lisa like he wanted to be. Now, see, he's going through it. And this young man can act. I will give him credit for that. Because he sits down and he starts bawling, crying. Will's talking about, hey, let's calm down, bro. Let's calm down. We understand it. And of course, they're cousins, so Will wants the best for him. Carlton's talking about he can't go out there like that. So Will is saying, it's all right, bro. I got you, man. You know what I'm saying? You're just going to have to sit up here. We're going to have to get you some water. And let me get everything you got out of that closet. I can't leave you unattended by yourself because you crying and being emotional like this, you might get back on the drugs. Aunt Viv gets up and she gives a beautiful speech. And then she brings Lisa up. Now, originally, she was supposed to read this off with Carlton. But she freestyles it a little bit, and then she brings Will up, her good friend. And I know everyone's probably looking like, your good friend, he's only been here for 2 weeks. He didn't know your mom. But Will comes up there to help out. Of course, they get done. They got to hug each other. Everyone is clapping. And who's watching this? Our good old man, Carlton. Now, them talking about Carlton led him to drugs. So him seeing Will hugging Lisa, it ain't no telling what he's up there in that room about to do. Everyone's telling Lisa how good it was. Will says Carlton couldn't make it. He wasn't feeling good. Now Angela's trying to get in talking about, I feel so moved. I couldn't hold it back. Whole time you've been messing with Fred while Fred was married. But that ain't on you. That's on Fred. Now Aunt Viv, she going off. Angela, this day ain't about you. I'll kick you up out of here. Fred said, we'll leave on our own accordance. Phil said, please do. Because, you know, they had it also with the slandering of the campaign. Oh, man, it could have got real messy in here. I thought Aunt Viv was about to say something about, hey, y'all was messing around in 2018, a year before Gail passed. So that's probably what Geoffrey was saying. You know the reason you lost that endorsement? Because Fred, the chief of police, he's running for office. They went behind your back. Now, he did tell Viv that he was going to keep the politics out of this. But this right here, oh yeah, this is next level. It gotta go down. Even Geoffrey pulled up like, we good here? Feels like, oh, yo, chill, Geoffrey. Yeah, you might take it a little too far. He's still the chief of police. We good here, Geoffrey. It's just a little disagreement. Look at Geoffrey, aka Big G. He gave Phil the heads up, and now Phil not only wants him to follow Fred around, I need you to do a little bit of investigation on this guy named Reed. This man Reed must be stopped. Hey, Viv. You're painting that fire, how you told that lady Angela off? You should share it with the world. Your artwork is sold for $20,000. You remember the bet? She's like, who bought it? That doesn't matter. I want your painting in my art gallery. Viv was like, oh man. Uncle Phil comes up to talk to Carlton. Carlton wakes up. He's like, uh-oh. Because we know he been hitting them drugs a little bit too hard. Now, Uncle Phil says, I know what's been going on. It's the anxiety. You've been doing everything you can, but you got to give yourself a little grace period. Now, Carlton, he's like, whoo, I thought he found out about me doing drugs. But what he does tell Carlton is this is going to test the friendship between you and Lisa because her dad is running for office and I'm going to kick his butt. So Carlton's like, oh, That's the least of my worries, as long as they don't find out about my drug usage. Will goes to talk to Aunt Viv, and he's like, hey, you really told Angela off. Now, she just saying she was so close with Gail, she got a little upset about Angela, of course, with Fred moving on, because that was like a sister to her. But what she's really doing is telling Will, hey, maybe Trey isn't that mad at you. Just give him some time to cool off. And that's what I was saying. This isn't that serious. You let some time go through, let him do what he got to do. He'll eventually delete that post. But this is exactly what Will needed to hear, that you and Trey, it really isn't as bad as you think it is. He just upset that he lost his best friend / brother. Thought alert, thought alert, thought alert. Hilary is facing the pressures of social media, so what does she do? She puts on lingerie because she got to go viral. At this point, she's swinging for the fences. There's nothing left but to show off your body and not your skills at cooking. Talking about let's get hot in the kitchen. If I'm Uncle Phil, I'm like, oh my goodness, why? Why? She called in 4K. She looked good though. Will comes down and talks to Lisa. Now they putting their feet in the pool. Now you remember her dad and Angela, they already left the party. And Will, he's just explaining that he wants to be in her life and be someone that she can trust and talk to. Now she's asking, why you been so distant? And you know, Will has his reasons behind it. But what does this lead to? Y'all already know. Another kiss. Let's just hope Carlton isn't watching it this time, because he might come and push them both in the pool, especially knowing Will can't swim. There you go, episode 6 of Bel-Air. Let me know what you think is going to happen between our man Reed and Vivian, and what is Geoffrey going to find out on them. Also, is Carlton going to be able to get over this drug usage? Let me know what you guys think. I'm MoedotJ. If you like the content on the channel, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you tune in Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern for Bel-Air episode 6 after show live discussion. Thanks for watching. I'm out.
Jimmy on the beat, boy.